Hey, and welcome back. Are you guys out there just checking in, watching the Adelson trial and the closing explosive? Donna's defense came out with no gloves on. They really want Donna to walk free, and she decided not to testify. And we got no Charlie, so that was no fun. But I wanted to talk to you guys about Sarah today. So, hear me out. Shout out to Hear Me Out. I think Sarah may have been late submitting her closing arguments. Sarah may have missed the deadline. And this is why I think. So, court was August 25th, 2020. And she had from that day until the 2nd of September for the postmark, not for it to be uploaded. So if she would have submitted it online, she would have made it, no problem. But the jail mail, it takes a long time for it to process, and this was a holiday. So with it being a holiday, the mail was going to be backed up. So I don't think NK did it. Are you trying to feed me? I feel like you are trying to feed me. I think Sarah may have been late submitting her closing arguments. So I think, yes, the Jennifer says, leave Brian and little man alone. Oh, Sarah. Hey, Alana. So Sarah may have been late because of the holiday, and Brian submitted his almost the next day or 2 days later. But Sarah would have had to have hers in the mail. Okay, court was on, let's see this. She would have had to have it in the mail by at least Wednesday. Court was Monday. It's Eli's and Kim's fault, says NK did it. Because Kim is not a nice person. Even after me and Little Man went over there and introduced ourselves, she's just not a nice person. But hey, Uda, thank you for tuning in. Shout out to you. Yes, so I believe she missed the deadline. Yeah, I really do. And Josh also missed the deadline with her appeal extension. He submitted it and uploaded it, but I love your commentary. You're really good. Oh, thank you, Uda. You too. I love you too. I always tune into your channel too. I love you too. Everybody, tune in and subscribe to Uda on the Go right there. OOTA. He covers all types of pop culture stuff and news and everything. So Sarah Boone, if she missed the extension and the closing arguments, it's gonna be a bad week for Sarah. Oh, Sarah. So. Hey, Carolina, Detective Woe Buffett. Do you guys think Sarah submitted her closings on time? We were just saying that I think she may be late. To get the mail out of prison, it takes a good 3 days. And that's to get it from the prison to the post office. So, and it being a holiday, Sarah may have just missed the mark. And if she missed the mark, does that mean that Brian is home free? Or will the judge determine her own closing type of thing? Does anybody know that? If you've been through family court, if you're from Florida, let us know. She's having difficulty explaining it to herself. Cheese stick. Yeah. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing, Your Honor. I'm doing my best. Oh. So I got Tanika sent me over some stuff on an email, and it was the court hearing. When I opened it, I saw Miss Jackson there. I saw the courtroom. I saw Brian. I saw Sarah on the screen, and I saw myself. My phone number. My phone number was on top of Sarah. So if you guys look at the video, I was sitting next to Sarah telephonically during the family court hearing. So I got a kick out of that. I was just looking at the screen and I saw 323 2 star 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 03. I said, oh, that's me. Yes. I got a real kick out of that. Hey, Danny. Hey, What would we be without Danielle and Tanique? Oh, tell me about it. Tanika posted a video about Josh and turning in his extension as well. So I think let's see, on the video, she said that Josh, let's see if we can go over there. If you got, yeah.
Appellant states
Can you guys hear that?
in this cause is due for filing September 1, 2025. I'm saying the second because the first was a holiday, and when we were in Judge Jackson's court.
Gentai, you do know that it's 13 cents per minute, right?
In reference to the closing.
And yes, Danielle, do you realize you're under oath right now? Okay, you can hear fine. Thank you. So
the time for filing the initial brief was extended previously. It's been extended twice. Undersigned counsel is actively seeking to withdraw and to have replacement counsel appointed by the trial court because the undersigned counsel is no longer handling court-appointed appeals.
This is Josh trying to get out of the appeal.
On this matter will cause a hardship. This is different than what he originally wrote. We looked at this last time, no longer handling court-appointed appeals. So he's still doing appeals. He's just not doing the court-appointed one. So I think Kranik is going to be like...
AKA Sarah.
Oh, I remember why I was talking about lawyers and Adelson. I want to ask one of our lawyer friends on LawTube, does he need to file a respond? I don't know what those...
Okay, so Judge Kranik basically has not responded to Josh's extension request and to be removed from the case. Josh wants to run off into the sunset and enjoy his Sunday fun days and get his ducks in a row and leave Sarah high and dry in close confinement. And I don't think Sarah's going to have that. Hey, Erica, thanks for joining. It's pretty early. Usually I come and chat with you guys late at night, but I had so much Sarah withdrawals. I was having Sarah withdrawals, so I just decided to call you guys and see if anybody else was too. And Donna at the same time is just overwhelming. Donna, the judge asked her, Mrs. Adelson, are you going to testify? I'm just thinking about it. I don't know. And he said, okay, well, Ms. Adelson, you have to make a decision right now. Oh, I need to talk to my attorneys. This decision is going to affect the rest of my life. I just can't decide. And he said, you're going to have to decide right now. And she said, no. So she did not testify. Do you think that was a bad decision for Donna, or is the deal already sealed for her? NK said, big time Sarah withdrawals. Know that. Yes. I really think that she missed the deadline because no, here's the other side of it. If it was postmarked by the 2nd of September, it could be just going through the mail system to get to the judge. So that could be the flip side. It could be on the way to the judge, but if it gets there and it's marked September 3rd or 4th, will Judge Jackson take it? Carolina said, I'm watching closing arguments now, and oh boy, Buford is going wild, right? She's not taking any prisoners. She's like, Donna's innocent. Let's see. It's in my living room. I'm playing it on 3 different devices right now. What do you think Donna has a chance of? Everything they described for Donna seemed to apply for Wendy as well. They said in the closing, Georgia said, if the person had an idea, put it in motion, paid for it, put the idea in someone else's head, you charge them the same as the person that pulled the gun, shot the weapon. And so if Wendy planted the seed, and even though everything is circumstantial, she could be, a conspiracy. For conspiring on a crime, you can get the same time. So if Donna is found guilty, if she's found not guilty, that will be crazy. But if she's found guilty, then definitely there's a case for Wendy. And I think that Georgia is saving some stuff just in case she gets Wendy. So, NK, one of my faves, NK, shout out to you. So, if she misses her deadline, what happens? Is she just up a creek? That's what, if she misses her deadline, I'm thinking if it gets there September 3rd, what happens? Does Judge Jackson say, okay, she was mailing it from jail, so it got here the next day after the 3rd, so I'll take it, or no? Jen says, high possibility there's zero closing arcs from prison Karen. Sarah would go ballistic. I wonder how long do you think it took for her to write the closing? We know she's a writer. We know Sarah can burn through 15 pens. I use 15 pens and I keep asking for more pens and paper, and they pulled me in a little room and threatened me and told me to stop asking so much. Even though the judge said in open court I'm entitled to paper and pens. Oh, Sarah. So she can burn through pens and paper very fast, but as far as this closing, would she have had to write all of those all the case law? That was going to take about a week on its own. Negative earned. Hey, Cody. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for hanging out. There's some cases I just can't follow. Some people I can't even look at. Do you mean Donna or Sarah? Because with Sarah, we kind of put our hands over our eyes, like when you were a little kid at the movies and they say, close your eyes and you cover, but you're looking through your little fingers. That's me with Sarah. Carolina said, yes, I absolutely agree with you, Danny. Georgia Cappleman is saving golden nuggets for Wendy Adelson. Oh, because Wendy is the golden goose, right? It all started with her. And she's been a clever one, eh? Very clever, eh, Wendy? But she got frazzled to me, she was visibly frazzled when she testified. Her ducks were not in a row, and she definitely needed a shot of a handle. Sorry, I got all the coleslaw wrong, Your Honor. Thanks for your patience, Your Honor. Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you for this award, Your Honor. Sarah is going to write. Who can she complain about to the judge? She's going to write the president if Judge Jackson does not accept her possibly late closing, or even just doesn't believe in her or go in her favor. If she doesn't get favor from Judge Jackson, she's going to probably call the president at minimum. Donna and Sarah will soon. Donna and Sarah will soon share a in the shoe because she is going to be convicted. Yes, Carolina, I believe justice for Dan Markel. Great dad. He really, really. When you listen to, they were moving like the Sopranos, like they thought they were the mafia. Donna's washing money, $130,000. Can you see Donna in her penthouse in Miami washing $135,000? Did I say million? And for all of my grammar checkers in the comment section, don't get me if I did say that. But Donna's washing all of this money and gives it to her son damp and wet. Katie gets it, it's wet. And he's like, oh yeah, my mom washed it. Then they go to that restaurant, Dulce Vita, and they're like having an argument, but Charlie feels like they're being watched, so he's covering his mouth so that they can't read his lips. And in fact, he is being watched by the FBI. They're sitting at the next table having drinks right along next to him and Katie, listening to everything about the TV repair for $5,000. Hey there, Bobby Lee. If I say that wrong, the United States of America. What about the USA? Is that Sarah's going to complain to the entire United States of America? But as far as them moving as the mob. Oh, and in her closing, one of the prison daughters, she shred her to pieces. Patricia Bird, she said she was a 27-time felon who was facing 15 years in prison. So why would you believe her? She's just trying to get some time knocked off. And Robert, he's a doctor, but he's only seen his family twice in a year. That's a guy with an axe to grind. I'm like, huh? So Robert is an esteemed doctor with a practice. He has a family and two small toddlers, and if you know anything about little humans, they can be pretty challenging. So, and a new wife that Donna didn't approve of because of her religion and her background. So it probably was uncomfortable for him to visit. But anyway, she says, like, oh, this guy has an axe to grind. That's why Donna didn't want him to testify, because she told Robert, oh, you don't talk to the FBI. And he said, well, I already did. And she said, oh, well, you don't know anything, so it's okay. Click, and hung up on him. Why would Donna say that? This is guy, he has an axe to grind. You clearly can't believe him. Robert seemed very credible, in my opinion. He seemed uncomfortable. He seemed very embarrassed and sad to even be there testifying against his mom. Who wants to testify against their own mom? Carolina, exactly. Detective Will Buffett, Sarah said it exactly like that. What did she? My United States of America. Did she? How did I miss that one? Wow, such a pleasure to hear you. Oh, Stuart, wow, such a pleasure to hear. I almost read everything in Sarah's voice. I'm so sorry. Wow, such a pleasure to hear you live. Many thanks from British Guy in Amsterdam. Let me go and grab my map and get my stars so that I can have them all over the map more than Sarah. All the way from Amsterdam. Shout out to you. What time is it there? It is 12:15 here in California. What time is it where you are watching from, you guys? What time is it? NK, one of my fave says, I imagine Sarah would be best friends with Ruby Frank. Oh, Ruby Frank. Ruby's ex-husband, Kevin, is suing Jody. He's coming after Jody civilly. So he still blames Jody for everything. He doesn't credit any of the abuse to Ruby. He thinks Ruby was a victim of Jody's, and Jody was like the bad guy. So I don't know if Ruby is taking accountability for what she did. So that's pretty interesting. Robert Adelson doesn't have a dog in this fight. He was credible. I agree. Absolutely. Absolutely. Why? Like when his mother told him, don't talk to the FBI. He's like, why? I already did. And I actually got their card, and I'm going to call them and tell them that you called me and said, don't talk to them, Mom. See ya. Hey, Victoria. Let's take a Momo and have a glass of wine for George without shouting at him. I know how much was in that bottle. Enough for two people to have a good time. And now she's drinking toilet hooch, pacing around her cell, hoping that her 5-page closing argument is going to make it by September 2nd. Isn't that wonderful? 2:15 in Dallas. Like, oh, 100 degrees. So you're in the house hiding from the sun like everyone else out here in California. It's hot. It's very hot. Hold on, let me plug up my charger. I usually think, well, I thought the summer was like June and July, but it seems to get hotter at the end of the year. I'm from F Future Australia. Australia. Hey, Stuart, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining. I got so excited I dropped my phone, Stuart. All right. I just had some teenage humans walk in. George Torres Jr. didn't want to have a good time with Sarah. That's why he drank the bottle handle without her. Yeah, she probably had stressed him out that day. Where are my car keys? You have my car keys. Has everyone in the chat saw the video when she woke him up in the middle of the night with the cell phone and the light in his face saying like, where are my keys? I know you have my keys. And he's like, What are you talking about, Sarah? Shout out to Poland. Yay. Hey, Elizabeth. Yes, ma'am. I'm 49 and I'm in menopause. I avoid the sun like a vampire. Yeah. Do you have one of, you have to get one of those fans, those handheld little fans? Oh, lifesaver. Humans walking in, yes. Teen humans. Minneapolis. Hey, Shimmering Moats. Thanks for hanging out. We are just hanging out, hoping that Sarah missed. No, okay, don't let me be facetious. We're wondering if Sarah made the September 2nd deadline. And if she did not make it, it's perhaps it got there on the 3rd, September 3rd, with Judge Jackson accepted. Would she allow Sarah to be late because court was 8:25:25? Sarah probably took about 3 days to write her closing. After that, she has to go and clank her favorite cup that she drinks her prison hooch out of. She has to clank it on the bars and say, excuse me, can you come and get my mail? Have them get her mail. They'll take it, walk down to the mail room, and hang out a little, maybe stop at a few other cells, make it down to the mail room, drop it in the bin. It'll sit there for a few days. Someone will finally, mind you, the weekend mail doesn't run on Sunday or that Monday, so she had to get it in probably by Friday. Does the prison mail move around on the weekend? Either way, in my mind, if she didn't put it in the mail by at least Wednesday, it's late. It's late. And the look on Judge Jackson's face, I don't think she's accepting anything late. Hello, people. Hey, Elsie. Hey. Carolina, hello there. Nice to see you. Yes. Always nice to see Carolina. Carolina says, there's a reason why it's called snail mail. Okay, you're picking up what I'm putting down, right? Exactly. So, on top of the slow jail mail, then outside in our world, the free world, the mail is slow on holidays as well. So, that's two things that were not really in her favor time wise as far as the postal system. I wonder why the one of the 9 representatives didn't step up and just upload it for her. Sarah knows better. She just being herself. Difficult. And another question, if there's no closing argument from the other party in a lawsuit, what happens? Does the judge just try to argue for them and say, okay, well, I heard the other party argue this in court, so I'm pretty sure they wanted this, that, and the other? Or does the judge just say, like, hey, I have one side arguing, the other side isn't arguing, so that's a forfeit? Oh my God, would that be like her forfeiting her case? Somebody please tell me. Hey, Beth, Blood Beth, I love to see you all the time. A weekend, a holiday, and oh, Beth, don't do that to me. A weekend, a holiday, and no one giving it. SHIT. Right. Oh my God. The odds are all stacked up against her. And I'm loving it because Josh also hasn't gotten a response from Judge Kranick about the extension or the request to be removed because he no longer is going to be, he'll be still fighting cases, just not cases from the court. And that's for right now. Maybe this September and October, I'll decide to start taking cases from the court. But right now, I'm not. You guys gone? Be careful, love you. Not little humans, teenage humans exiting the premises. Yay. Okay. I think I missed Ruby. Yes, I missed you, Ruby. The fact is, she should have had her closing argument with her that day, so there should be no delay. Good one, Ruby. Because Brian, it seems like his attorney. Well, he's not pro se. Pro se Sarah really should have gotten her ducks in a row. She really should have got her ducks in a row because jail mail takes a long time and the holiday. I was waiting for some mail, and I knew that if I didn't get it Friday, I wasn't going to get it until probably Wednesday or Thursday. And I still, did I get yesterday? I got it yesterday. Yesterday was Wednesday because the run on Monday. So that delayed everything. And the postal workers are probably like, hey, we were partying, had a 4-day weekend, day off. Who cares about picking up Sarah's clothing? Yikes. Judge Jackson, Miss Jackson, if you're nasty. Have you guys saw the video, the footage from the hearing? Judge Jackson's face. To me, it seemed like she kept holding her finger over her mouth, like maybe she was trying to stop from laughing. Miss Boone, okay, you have to admit that this parenting plan was back in 2018 before either of you decided or knew that you would potentially commit a crime, right? Well, yes, but so you can agree to that because Sarah wants to hold Brian's feet to the fire and ignore her stuff. She totally ignore my stuff. And a lot of you I saw had a lot to say about the 13 cents per minute. And the general consensus was, Sarah, you pay for it. Most everyone in the comments said, hey, you pay for it. If it's only 13 cents a minute, go for it, girlie. You pay for them all you want. Your Honor. So, no, she tells Brian, so Brian, all this time I've been talking to my son every day, a multitudinous amount of times, and now because of this, you're just gonna stop that and give me one 30-minute call a week? Yeah. I think that's pretty generous. Hey, don't you it's moving fast. Don't you hate it when a brand changes the texture of my food? My chocolate mousse is grainy. Oh, like when Coca-Cola switched their recipe sometimes. NK, what? Your wig is super cute. Is it? Can you see my wig? I have braids right. The hair braider. I visited the hair braiders and I have braids right now. I think I posted a picture to show you guys the hair braiders. The hair braiders that braided my hair. She's got to focus on the presentistical situation. Currentistically. Yeah. I can imagine she's pacing. She's burned through all 15 pens. 15 ink pens, Your Honor. And I need more. And it doesn't seem like she's getting any outside help. In my opinion, it would have just been uploaded. Uploaded right to the system. Boom. Here you go. And we would have it to read. But on the flip side, if it's not, then we could get it by the end of the week. Potentially Monday, Tuesday. But that is so long. I have anxiety wondering. And will we know if the postage is late? Will we know? Will Judge Jackson even honor it and upload it? Does anybody out there know that? Any of my lawyer people? I visited Atlanta, Jacksonville Airport. The highlight was tasting the original Coca-Cola. So delicious and different from the EU. Really, Stuart? So you could tell the difference from the Coca-Cola when they switched it. Sidebar, totally off. Well, kind of on topic. Are you guys familiar with like Hawaiian punch or Minute Maid punch? And does it taste different in the plastic bottle or the carton to you? And which one do you prefer? I'm a carton kind of girl, in the refrigerator, cold carton. And it's 20 cents per minute in Australia for prison calls. I asked around. And there's also a connection fee, right, Elizabeth? They say you will be charged like a flat rate of 350 or 525, and then it's 13 cents per minute. But of course, I will neglect to mention that part. Stuart Carton, there we go. Minute Maid carton, yes, there you go. There's something different about the plastic to me. I don't know. Wild cherry, Diet Pepsi, Revolution. Oh, I love cherries. Any soda with cherry. Dr. Pepper has a cherry cream, I believe. I cannot go into the market at the soda section at the pop and not think of Sarah when I see any Dr. Pepper. Is that crazy? Is it just me? Any Dr. Pepper, I'm always think of Sarah. Can I have my Dr. Pepper, please? It's right there on the back porch. And sidebar, I do believe that there was some Woodbridge splashed in that Dr. Pepper can that she wanted so bad that day. It had to be. Definitely Carton. Oh, NK, I knew I loved you for a reason. Yes, ma'am. It doesn't get cold in the plastic. Is that what it is? And it's like tastes thick or like you just said about the grainy texture. It tastes thick to me or something. I don't know. It could be, I don't know what it is. Hey, Abel, thanks for hanging out. The day is going good. We are just coming in early to do a check in about Sarah. We think she may have missed her deadline for her closing arguments based on the snail mail in prison and the holiday that we out here, we the people, had. You know how the mail is on the holidays. And Sarah had from Monday to Friday to mail it. But if she waited until Friday, it definitely did not make the postage. If she waited until Friday, it it didn't make it out of the prison for about 3 days. So Ruby in the comments said that Sarah should have had her closing arguments prepared at court. I mean, she does have nothing but time, right? So that is a good point. Remember Hawaiian Punch and Snapple used to be in the glass bottles? Oh, Caroline, how are you, darling? Don't Snapple. And when you took the cap off, there was always like a joke underneath. Do they still do that, or am I like revealing my age? Yes, love carton over plastic. Okay, so Coke in glass bottle is the best. Yes, yes, I can. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. It's just so refreshing. 3 point back. Hey, Nick Bolt. I am confused cat meme. This question mark, this perpetual question mark over my head is messing up my hair, which is why Sarah eventually morphed her hair morphed into a helmet after a while. Initially, it was moving. She was swinging it around, but after the rigmarole and all of the stress of the pro se, it turned into a helmet when she was fighting on like a Christian soldier. But Judge Cranick, that was so like clever of him to make Sarah go pro se. It changed her whole trajectory, her whole approach to the trial. She went from nagging and complaining about every tiny thing to trying to get her head out of the water, like barely drowning, and help me. And she like realized this is serious now. So making her pro se, even if it was for a couple of weeks, that was like a real eye opener for that little time. But then she got her law team and she went right back to the delusion. Sarah, nice to see you popping up on other people's lives. Oh, yay. Nesquik in the tin can. The powder. Absolutely. Absolutely. That reminds me of Tang. Criticism. Hi. Hi, you. Say hi. Sarah Gentai. Say Sarah loves this time of year. Oh, her birthday is coming up too. Sarah loves this time of year. She gets a new toffee apple to brush her hair. If anyone knows Sarah's birthday, drop it in the comment section. Remember, quote, Brian, don't you know my work schedule? Don't you know my work schedule? Brian, no. And why not? Because I don't care. And that was like boom, boom, boom. Yes, that was. I wish I could have saw her face at that moment. Why don't you care? Why do you not care? Okay, ma'am, move on. Next question. Please move on, ma'am. Judge Jackson had her hand over her mouth like she was trying to hold the laughter in. Which is why I think if there's no closing argument from Sarah, Judge Jackson may not advocate for her. She might just say, all right, the other party chose not to submit closing, so we're going to move forward with what Mr. Boone requested. 10-10-7-7. 10-10-7-7. And I believe her email. Oh, I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but yes, I know too much Sarah info. Forgive me. Carolina. Oh, yes, you were almost right. 10-7-7-9. Yeah. How could you forget 10, 10, 7, 7? That's how many times we have seen Sarah on the body cam videos playing victim. He, that's my car. No, he doesn't have a car. Those are my keys. It's my home, my townhome. Everything was hers. She was so selfish. And in the end, Brian was the one who packed everything up and cleaned up her life, the rest of her legacy and her heirlooms. And she still gives him zero credit for that, which, in my opinion, is very lowbrow, Sarah, for you to be such an esteemed, excellent mother to your son and a pillar of your community. You just a straight A student, compass mentis, just for you not to give Brian any credit is pretty crappy. And we're also on verdict watch for Donna. Donna, while they were moving like the Sopranos, they were being watched like the Sopranos in real life. One thing that Donna's son, I don't know what just made me think about this, but Donna's eldest son, Robert, and his and Charlie's girlfriend, the pretty lady, I think her name was June Uchinda, they both said separately, and they don't even know each other. They said that Donna and Wendy's lack of concern and care about Dan's his life being taken was very like scary to them. That they had no concern about Dan. So, that was just Donna was really worried about a bar mitzvah and her new dress and what she was gonna wear. And did you guys see Donna's like rich fancy friends testifying for her? The one friend, she was just like Wendy. She couldn't remember anything. I don't remember that. I don't remember. And George is like, you don't remember? You don't remember one way ticket? That's a vacation. Donna could have been jet setting right now around the world. She was going to Japan, here, Australia. Shout out to you guys in Australia, everywhere. And now she's sitting trying to fight for her daughter's children. Like those are her only grandchildren. Robert had two children. Charlie had children. What was so special about Wendy's children, Dan's children, for her to overstep her boundaries so much and try to take his children from him? It just, where did she get that? Is it entitlement? After the grandma motion, though, that's when things got in motion when Dan wanted her to be supervised. I believe that was Halloween when the motion came out around Halloween, and that weekend, the plan was set in motion. Did you guys catch Summer's live today? I missed it, but Summer went live today. I was so excited to see her go live. Abel, this is a real person you're talking about because I'm new to your page. Oh, yes. Abel, are you into true crime? You know the two Floridian favorites, Donna Adelson and Sarah Boone? It's been a hard week for the both of them. Hard week. Very hard week for the both of them. And the court is on verdict watch right now. And we're on docket watch for Sarah's 5-page closing argument. Let's see if they came back from court yet. Oh, Jenny, yes, you caught it. I saw the notification late. Good. Good. What was Summer talking about? Was it another 911 call? Let's see. Let me see, as a matter of fact. Let me go and check out Summer and see what her live was about today. Oh, this picture is so dreadful. Oh, Sarah, this picture is dreadful.
Some problems that need to be worked on.
Oh, Brian. Brian
I don't
said,
think she makes good decisions,
Brian said,
even without the alcohol. I think she has some problems that need to be worked on.
Brian said he doesn't think she makes good decisions even without the alcohol. There's really a real problem. I agree. So yeah, Sarah. But now that she is in prison, she's gotten her ducks in a row, and now she wants to be and have the same benefits as an active parent and wait for her release. If another question. So if the extension gets denied, then her appeal is done. So she would be getting a double blow this month. She would, if she missed her deadline, and if Josh didn't get approved for the extension, if Judge Kranick says no, I gave you enough time, because him not giving an answer back seems a little suspicious. Seems I would be worried if I was Sarah. If I was Josh, Josh thought he was just going to, maybe he thought Sarah went through 9 attorneys. She's going to go through 5 attorneys. He'll let me out for this case. Let me go ahead and submit this withdrawal. And Judge Kranick said, I'm trying to get rid of her, and you're holding up my process. Let's do this appeal so that I can get rid of her once and for all. And if Josh is not granted the extension and he has not submitted reasons for an appeal, that's it. That he got two, it's been extended twice already. This would be the third time, I believe. That's it for Sarah as far as her family law. Like Judge Jackson said, ma'am, there's no contemptuous motions on a final hearing. We are here on a final hearing, ma'am. So she made it very clear that this is it. T-shirt size, or as in psychic. Wait, what is it? Her appeal is a lost cause. Hey, Rogue Vortex. Yes, but she doesn't know that in her mind. So on the Boone farm. It's a successful, she's awaiting her successful appeal date for her highly mishandled case so that she could be released for her son. So, and with the money that Brian owes her that he denied her, then she could have been buying all of everything she needed if he would have been paying her. So she has to see it in black and white. And if she doesn't get the extension in, then that's when she'll know. But as of now, she pretty much is awaiting her appeal, her release. Donna, the court is still out. They are not back from court. I don't know if you got the closings, but Georgia is totally. Did you guys see court yesterday? Georgia's hair was on top of her head like she stuck her finger in a socket. She was like, she even grabbed her hair one time like she was going to pull it out. She was just like, like, oh, Georgia had an electric day yesterday. I was like, whoa. What kills me is how she brought up her quote appeal in court like it's a done deal. Delusional. Yes. Excuse me. Everyone is forgetting. What everyone is forgetting here is I have an appeal coming up. And I'm pretty sure Judge Jackson was like, Judge Jackson had her finger over her mouth, like, trying to hold in her laughter. And if you guys didn't hear, I attended the family court hearing and I sat next to Sarah during the hearing. Hear me out. Telephonically, when I looked at the court hearing, you can see Judge Jackson, you can see the court, you can see Sarah, and then you see the people who are attending. So I'm just watching and listening, and then I looked and saw 323. You guys know I'm in California. 2 beep 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 star 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 03, and I said, that's me, that's my number. I was right on top of Sarah Boone. So I literally sat next to Sarah during the family law hearing. I got a kick out of that. That tickled me. Go, Brian. Besides Sarah doesn't realize that his son doesn't want to visit his mom in prison. In my opinion, that's going to crush him. Carolina, yes, on our last live, we discussed that children love their mother, even if the mom is like a alcoholic on the corner in crusty little pink shorts, barefoot with a can of Dr. Pepper, night night termite. So it was in the comments that maybe he wants to go just to see what it's like, because little man hasn't seen Sarah since that dreadful day, like that time. She was supposed to pick him up from school. So the little boy in him, may yearn for his mom in a way, may want to see like the reality of it. I'm not sure, but once he does go, it's going to get old. If he wants to go and if it ends up moving forward, I think it's going to get old very fast. The driving, the pain for it, just. Judy, hey Judy. Yesterday's witnesses at Donna's trial were ridiculous. Judy, the friends, and they were sneaking in the court listening. Did you see that? Loch Ness Monster, aka Nessie, is real. You're a brave soul. Greetings from Nepal. Hey, from Nepal. Let me definitely grab my star and my map. Oh my God, Sarah's going to be so jealous. I have everyone around the world. She is going to be so jealous. She only is going to have a few stars. Sarah just looks like she has body body odor. I said what I said. In prison or out of prison, NK? Which when? On the body cam, definitely. Blue V-neck shirt and red shirt those days. And it's hot down there in Florida. Yeah, I'll give it to you on that one. Victoria, shout out to you. When she gets out of jail, I hope she gets a deep conditioning treatment for her helmet. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And I hope she runs down to Muldoon's and gets and bums a bump off a line of, I don't know if I could say that, Coca-Cola, bumps a line of Coca-Cola and drinks from everyone. The crusty pink shorts. I think he may even be scared once he gets there and goes through all that security. One who sees, yes. Maybe he wants to because like Sarah still when she tells him like go in the room, according to Brian, she says, go in the room and talk and don't tell your dad, don't let your dad hear us and she's top secret. So and he does it. He goes and he goes in secret and speaks because Brian said I don't know what they're talking about and he doesn't tell me. They go in the room and hide and talk in the dark. So maybe he has a little connection with her. So interesting, interesting. Or he's guilted. Maybe she's guilting him. Don't you want to see your mom? What about, I'm coming home one day. You don't believe what they're saying, right? Like, that would be so awful if she is stringing him along to think that she's coming home one day. And she probably is because she's telling us that. She's telling us that she's coming home one day. Pockets full of wine corks. An ex inmate said Sarah didn't shower. Yikes. Tell me more. Tell me more. When she took in the behavior notes, yeah, she wanted to hurry up and take a quick little shower before she was kicked out of the faith based program. Took my dog to the vet yesterday, then watched a trial. Luna said her shots weren't as painful as listening to the defense witnesses. The defense witness? Oh, and Luna, I hope you feel better too after getting your little shots. And I hope mommy gave you a treat. The friends of Donna, they were so out of touch. Of course, Donna's going to cry and she's going to seem to play innocent to the friends. Oh no, she seemed distraught. She was hysterical. That was all part of the act. But after the bump, because Donna was living her life fine. Yes, tisk tisk. She was living her life fine. They got the boys. Within 1 month, they changed the boys' names to Adelson. They erased Dan totally from their lives. They were enrolled in their sports and school under Adelson. And Donna, she had them close. She completely forgetting about Charlie's kids and Robert's kids. It was all about Wendy's kids. And the prison daughters even said that Donna at times called Wendy's kids her children. My kids, talking about Dan. Like, he wants to take my kids from me. And they were not her kids. Very, very sad. And how Donna, her rich friend, couldn't remember anything except for that trip to Japan. And how Donna was just worried about going to the bar mitzvah in her beautiful dress. Sarah thinks she's at a festival. Oh, North Queens Island here. Hey, Rebe. Stars. Where's my stars? Hold on. Let me grab my map. Sarah is going to be so jealous. Okay. Gotta go start dinner, getting ready. Lasagna. Oh, lasagna. Like night. Love you. Night. I was gonna say night termite. It's not night time yet though. Yeah, get your yes. I have my map out. Poo poo on people who hurt kids. Yes, we love kids right now. That's also why we were totally ripping Jake and Rebecca Hoddle for baby Emmanuel, who still has not been found. So, just children are innocent, and we all should watch for all the humans regardless. You guys saw the song in my short section with the teacher that went viral singing about child safety. That song is so touching and so easy to remember. It's so sweet. It's so nice. She should win an award for that, and it should be taught in schools everywhere. I bet she still smells of that last bottle of wine she drank. I know how much was in that bottle. Oh, Sarah. Oh, wait, are they?
Comments being made in the
Hold
closing
on,
argument
Donna.
of the state, and I don't like to interrupt closing, so I apologize for that. But there have been several comments that have been made that are burden shifting and commenting on my client's right to remain silent. She's stood before this jury and said that the defense has some other version. She said this in a text, but now they're saying something different. We don't have an obligation to answer any of this. She's insinuating to the jury that
Donna's team is wants to argue about things that she decided not to testify. That she had the opportunity to testify and tell her part and defend herself, and she decided this decision is going to affect the rest of my life. Yeah, Donna. So get up there and tell us how innocent you are. Tell us how you're just an innocent grandma and you didn't do anything. Let us know. But she decided not to, so. Holy crap. I'm north of Yakima. It's so smoky here and smells like a campfire. Big fire just east of Mount Rainier. Oh, Lord. Oh, you got stay safe. We had the fires out here in Los Angeles and California, and it was so scary, so scary. It was terrifying. Hold on one second. Okay. What did Lay?
but now they're saying something different. We don't have an obligation to answer any of this. She's
You don't have an
insinuating to the jury that
obligation
we're
to
going to come
answer,
up here and
but you
provide
should.
her version of events. She chose not to testify.
What do you guys think of Donna's defense team? Do you think they did well? What do you guys Do you guys think they did well? And I'm so upset that we didn't get to see Charlie testify. I wanted to see Charlie. I really did. Hold on, I'm on Tanika's page. You guys can hang up on me if you like. I just wanted to talk to you guys about Sarah and her closing. And I think, well, it's 12:52 here in California. And I want to just catch up. So I'm on Tanika's page right now because I know she has everything.
Any insight into the
Okay.
Florida appeals process, please let us know in the comments. So if you have any insight in, does Kranick have to have a hearing? And does Josh have to ask for the hearing in order to be considered for withdrawal? And can the appellate court deny the extension?
Right.
And then what happens?
Right.
Does
That's what I want to know, Tanika.
the
Yes.
drink that you haven't had in a while? It ain't frosty, so I don't know I don't know who this Jorge is or what that's all about. But they just failed those children. Just left, right, and center. They failed those children. I hope.
Oh, okay. All right, you guys. I think that's it. Anybody, anything? Rotex, reading her closing will be a good laugh. I can't wait. You guys, anything else that we didn't catch up on our little afternoon catch up session? I think I'll check in with you guys tonight. If we get a verdict today, that'll be crazy. But I'll check in with you guys tonight because the closing argument could still be posted, and we still can get some different news today. So I'll check in with you guys tonight. And see, yes, I'm still on Tanika's page. I'm just hanging out, scrolling through YouTube. Did you guys hear Mackenzie Sharilla's prison calls? Are you familiar with Mackenzie? The 100-pound hell on wheels that was driving the car 100 miles an hour and smacked into a wall. And isn't it so terrible how the person that's drunk driving seems to always come out without a scratch and everyone else is hurt and their lives are just impacted? But Mackenzie, she is really enjoying prison. She has, maybe I'll share a video about Mackenzie because she's like happy enjoying prison. Maybe that's how Sarah is behind closed doors. Vortex, her mom, her mom is like, she's like, do you think Kim Kardashian's gonna come and save me? She's like, F yeah, Fuck. She curses to her mom like her mom is a friend, and her mom just talks to her. She's like, F yeah, what the F? The Kim Kardashian better come and save me. Like, and she's talking about the family. Imagine your child has a girlfriend, boyfriend. They're, of course, teenagers or people, period. Maybe domestic. People go through ups and downs. You know, you don't really get into people's relationships because they could be in love today, not tomorrow, back in love again. You just support them, right? So especially your child. So she hears her son gets into a fatal car accident. She thinks that it was an accident. So his girlfriend survived. So she's probably thinking, my son would want me to, still just, love his girlfriend, oh, she's the only survivor. What a terrible thing. Until they find out through investigation that it wasn't an accident and she purposely drove into a wall trying to kill the both of them. And the poor guy in the back, little baby, the friend that was in the back, barely before his 18th or 19th birthday, like, poor baby. He was just collateral damage to her craziness. So, and she's talking about the family, like, oh, his family's just stupid. Oh, they know I'm innocent. They want to. She wants his family to advocate for her, although all of the evidence points that she purposely tried to commit a suicide, like she tried to take everyone out. The poor kid in the back. Why would you do that? And you have just an innocent person in the car with you. If you want to do that, be the only one in the car. Do us a favor, take yourself. But you're gonna take innocent people. Like, Mackenzie is such a horrible wretch, but she gets it from both her parents. Judy is her dad, also terrible like the mom. I was listening to the calls the last few days, and it was my stomach just hearing how I hope the judge hears this because she's banking on her successful appeal too. She believes that she's gonna walk free soon. She's just, oh, fire my lawyer. We fired that MFer. Yeah, he didn't do SHIT. F him. To her mom on the phone. And mom's just, yeah, just agreeing with every. It's not what, mom, when do you say, like, stop? When do you. Terrible. And this is why I didn't spoil my children. Right. Right. And the jury is still out. Just checking for Donna. The jury is still out. I don't think we'll get a verdict today. I don't know if we'll get a verdict today. That would be too good to be true. Too good to be true. Judge Everett. Judge Everett is. I like Judge Everett. He looks like a big teddy bear. I like Judge Everett, and he gets serious too. Let me say, the detective, they call me the blue-eyed white. I just got a notification. They call me the blue-eyed white dragon. It's because they are against me. The whole family is against me. I'm scared. What will you tell them? But it will come down to me. Sarah's obsession with the Torres family was gross. How she wanted to know, what exactly are you gonna tell them? What are is you? Oh, that, like, she wanted to be there during the death notice to witness them break down. That's maybe why she made such a big deal when Mrs. Mama Torres broke down in the court. Like, she thought it was just, she I don't know, like, she was disgusted by it. She was disgusted that her victim's mom broke down in court. She didn't even turn. She turned and looked over her shoulder a little and then just turned back, like she didn't even feel sorry. George, sorry, Torres family, forgive me, Judge Cranick, forgive me, world, forgive me, everyone. That golden apology was such crap. It was just her last help me please moment, like her way of semi pulling a white flag kind of out of her pocket and letting the corner of it just blow in the wind a little bit. Oh, forgive me, George, forgive me, Torres family. When can I get my suitcase back? Have you guys seen the picture of the pink paper clip that was intertwined in the zipper? I don't see how she thought this man was gonna get out of that. That's hard to do on the. I do it like this with two fingers. Yeah, from the outside. You didn't float up the damn stairs. Nobody made you go up there. Scott was not picking up what she was putting down at all. Cranick is the best judge in my opinion. Agreed, Detective Will Buffett. Nope, thumbs down. Poo-poo on the suitcase and give it to her. Poo-poo on the suitcase and give it to her. It was half a paper clip. Ugh. And how could she think, even getting it around the corner, on the outside, we've all played with zippers, but getting it around that hard plastic corner and, excuse me, someone is hitting your fingers with a bat. I couldn't even imagine the terror that George went through, which is why it's so nice to imagine Sarah being scared right now, wondering if her closing argument was postmarked on time. Oh, I can't wait. And you guys agree that if she doesn't send in her closing, that's it for her, or Judge Jackson will kind of or argue on her behalf? What happens in that case? I really, please, it's killing me. I need to know. Jen says, those zips, you need to pull away with the zip paper clip thing as inside. There's a little lever that lifts the notch, or you can't move it. Try it on your own suitcase. Or how you can lock them. Yeah, her story was so childish. Oh, we were just playing all day, maintaining and focusing, having fun. And you were the only one laughing. When Chelsea said that I was like clapping. And no one's laughing but you. And well, it just so happens that the time when he was laughing and I wasn't recording. Oh, right. Chelsea said, okay. Got carried away. No, that was great. That was great, Jen. I like Cranick, but Judge Everett is pretty awesome too. Hold on one second. Thank you. Judy said, I like Cranick, but Judge Everett is pretty awesome too. He wasn't having it when Donna wanted more time to decide if she wasn't going to take the stand. Miss Adelson, I'm gonna need a decision. You're, I need to speak with my attorneys. You've already consulted with your attorneys, and the time is now. Well, I don't know. This decision is going to affect the rest of my life. Miss Adelson, I need an answer now. But Donna's friends were sneaking into the court, sitting at the back of the court, and Judge Everett, he didn't like that. He didn't like that one bit. She thought the Joan of Arc act would, would fool the jury. Joan of Arc. Well, she didn't try the award ceremony. um, Helen, don't make me laugh so hard. She didn't try the award ceremony approach. Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Your Honor. Helen, thanks for hanging out. Helen, we were just saying Sarah may have missed the mark for her September 2nd postage. What do you think? Between snail mail in prison and the holiday on the outside. We're thinking that she may not have mailed it on time. And if not, is it over for her? And Josh, he hasn't got a response for the extension request or the withdrawal. He hasn't got a response. So I don't think Judge Cranick is playing with her. I told you guys, I think that Judge Cranick and Judge Jackson are waiting to just close this whole saga out together. After these two cases are closed, Sarah is done. That's it. After the family law case, Judge Jackson was very clear, ma'am, this is a final hearing, ma'am. And Judge Cranick with the appeal, because you're only able to appeal once, right? So this would essentially be the end of pro se Sarah Boone. The family law hearing was probably the last time we'll hear from pro se Sarah until she complains about Judge Jackson and Judge Cranick to the president of my United States of America. She mailed that SHIT quicker than you can say, Brian. I think that's my favorite sound from the family law hearing. Did I not tell you the danger of when I can't at my house? He's like, no. Whenever I came, you guys were just drinking and having a good old time. And she's like, I guess you just didn't want them there anymore. Brian. Move on, ma'am. Next question. Sarah Boone, Esquire. Yeah, that might be the end of us seeing Sarah Boone, Esquire. If after the family law, I'm pretty sure she's waiting for her big day in the appeal. She believes she's going to get a whole new trial and start over, So once she realized that's kaput, it's over. We'll just have the memories of Sarah Boone, Esquire. It'll be all inmate Boone. And inmate Boone has gotten very acclimated to her prison status from what we saw in the behavior notes. She was going crazy. 10-10-7-7. Because you know that even after we went and introduced ourselves, that Kim was just not a nice person. So that's that. And I wouldn't let anyone use my bathroom upstairs either. So these people are not people to her. Just her way of validating herself by showing off her good work, how she, quote, fixed people. Y'all don't know what I've done for him. Everything that I've done. When she says she sat in the parking lot at the probation for an hour and waited for him. I'm like, yay, Sarah. You know how many people wait for other people during appointments? Like, whoopee. I waited with my dad when he got his knee surgery at the VA hospital. And I just made sure that my devices were charged up, because who wants to drive all the way back home and then come all the way back? You just wait for the person as they do their appointment. So, Sarah, do you want like a cookie or a handle? Oh, and that includes her son. Her son is her last pawn. He's like her last. Brian and her son, that's her final heist. She can't torment the Torres family anymore. Hopefully they have been healing and found peace, but his children, Anna is always ready to rumble with Sarah. Go suck DICK for beer, Sarah. That's why you're a SHITT mom, and my mom is fabulous. Sarah didn't like George's ex wife. She imagined a Nobel Peace Prize. Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you so much for being so gracious. Thank you. Thank you, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor. And we are still, the court is still out for Donna. Yeah, we probably won't get a verdict today. Oh, wait, George is back.
Had occurred, she would immediately tell him
George is
it's
back.
happening again, or some reference to the fact that this is something that's been ongoing. She doesn't do that. Instead, she talks in code. It's a TV. What the heck? Why are you talking in code?
Wait 1 second.
Her Googling extortion versus blackmail 7 days before Charlie's trial. That wouldn't happen if the extortion was real. She wasn't extorted. Charlie didn't tell her there was an extortion because there never was an extortion. She was paying for a murder. She knew it was going to be a murder. She's the one that wanted it done. Her discussion of Charlie's lawyers meeting with Garcia's lawyers. What? If she was being extorted by Garcia and Charlie was being extorted and his life being Garcia, they're not going to be, their lawyers aren't going to be meeting up.
So Georgia made a good point. She said after the bump, when the big scary guy walked up to Donna and said, "Hey, Miss Adelson, oh, you scared me." Excuse me. He's like, "There's no need to be startled. You're a murderous matriarch. Don't be startled." You're one of us. You're a thug like me. So he's like, "Don't be startled." And he gives her this piece of paper and says, "Make sure you tell Charlie, I want you to take care of my people. You know what's going on." Donna never opened the paper. She just folded it and put it in her purse. Why would she do that? A strange person walks up to you, a scary gangster threatening you, extorting you, and you just take the paper and say, "Okay, I'll talk to you later." What? And then in court, it was revealed that on the paper, Dan's picture was on it. It was a photo of Dan, and then there was like a demand, like a demand type of, not a ransom note, but like a demand for money. So Donna, she knew when it said $5,000, she knew exactly what they were talking about already. There was no question. She wasn't surprised or anything.
Text messages. She said, "Bring cash." They say, "Oh, that's not code." She said, "Bring cash." She literally said, "Bring cash for dinner."
Yeah.
On that call. It's not a hint. It's a code word. They say the bump failed. I say the bump succeeded. She said it involved the two of us. That was before we got made. Before that Matt Surrey operation.
George is wearing her lucky red suit again. Yes.
Know the camera's in the bag. Yeah, she called and put on a great show when she called the undercover. But what did she say in the first call, the second call, and the third call before we got made, before she knew it was law enforcement? She said it involves the two of us, both of us.
Mm-hmm. Means her and Charlie, but she didn't mention Wendy.
One more thing. Don't call time.
That's surprising to me. Donna didn't mention Wendy at all. So is Wendy as involved? Did she just get the ball rolling and play the damsel in distress as Rob called her? Carolina said, also, all of Dan Markel's vehicle info in her daily... Oh, my God. The daily planner. Also, all of Dan Markel's vehicle information in her daily planner. Who gave her that info? Wendy? Yes. Wendy knew all of his itinerary, his flight information. Wendy would be the one who put the logistics together and told his schedule. He'll be here at this time. She was even trying to make sure that Jeff's schedule aligned with the murder. She wanted Jeff to essentially go down in what Jeff feels that he was being set up. And from what it looks like, she was. Hey, Sandra. Oh my God, everybody. Sandra had a great live today too that I caught about Alexi Trivio, the cheerleader that put her baby in the trash at the hospital. Sandra, was her team successful? Were they able to get the arguments in so that the jury can hear how terrible she did that poor baby. Are you guys familiar with Alexi Trivio? Make sure you follow Sandra because she covers Sarah too, but she covers a lot of good stuff too. Right now, we're on verdict watch for Donna, Sandra, and we're hoping that Sarah missed her postage mark for the closing arguments, the 5-page closing argument. Okay, yes. Georgia. Where was I at? Sandra came in and I got so excited and totally forgot. But Georgia.
2 years after the murder, we've got two emails, 64T and 64I. The defense told you in opening that this defendant cares about others more than she cares about herself. The problem is that she decides what other people need, what's necessary for other people in their lives, and she is willing to justify whatever ends she thinks are needed, right? Any means.
The vehicle info. That's where I was. Donna had Dan's info in her planner to give to the bad guys. Dan had no chance. He's walking around living his life normal on this day, dropping his kids off, planning to pick them up later. He's going to work out at the gym. He's just living his life. And these two bad guys are literally following him, waiting for the right time to take his life from him. And to boot, they got the information from the murderous matriarch, the grandma.
Those ends are justified in her mind. The problem is, she doesn't care about the collateral damage to get to her ends. The evidence has shown that this defendant, I think, did believe that Wendy and those boys were better off in South Florida. She thought that's what they needed. They would be better off with her. And she was angry that that couldn't happen. Dan Markel was the thing standing in the way. What was the cost of that to not only Dan Markel, but to those little boys? Those little boys lost their father. Look what she says in 64T. Children are 2 and 3. Children do not even have a memory of life before age 5 or 6. Look what she says in 64II when Wendy is concerned. This is 2 years after the murder. Her child is having trouble at school, crying because he misses his father. And this woman, this nice grandmother, innocent woman, says, quote, "I still do not believe that Ben is sad about his father." Quotations on the sad. 64II. "I still do not believe that Ben is sad about his father. I spend a minimum of 25 hours a week with him, and oftentimes more than that."
So Donna doesn't believe that the children even remember Dan.
Experienced a time when he was.
Isn't that rich? She says children between 2 and 5 don't even have a memory of life. So they really seems as if they were trying to wipe Dan from the boys' memory, like completely from their lives. I heard Courtney Clenny is finally going to trial. Courtney Clenny, another femme Floridian, a femme fatale, stabbed her boyfriend over a Subway sandwich in a heated argument, and you could just hear him talk through the 911 call as his life is draining from him. And he even said, like, I'm dying. She stabbed him in his chest, right, Vortex? We've covered Courtney, and I can't wait for her trial. It's been a lot of roller coasters and twists and turns because her attorneys are fighting, and there were some mistakes on the prosecution's behalf. They accidentally gave all of the evidence to the defense gave the evidence to the prosecution, so the prosecutor read it and wasn't supposed to and was removed from the case. So now there's a new prosecutor for Courtney, but the case is still moving forward, and that is Justice for Christian Obama. Christian was a young internet Bitcoin techie guy, living in Miami, and Courtney was an OnlyFans model, and they live very well in $1 million Miami penthouse. Like, they live very nice, and apparently Courtney drank a lot, so there's an update on that vortex because court starts for her, I believe, October 1st. October 1st. Mackenzie Shirillo is a trip. Yes, her and the parents. We were talking about Mackenzie earlier. I'm on that good kush and alcohol. Okay, kush. Gentai. I need to see some nice. I want to see this trial too. I hope she gets a life too. Christian seems so sweet. Didn't he remind you of George when she was fighting him? He wouldn't even fight back. One time he cursed when she was fighting him physically, and he said like, okay, she called him a bitch, and I think he called her one back. But after being pushed like George that day on the staircase, so these abusive relationships are always so sad when they end in death, and just terrible. But I don't know, Danielle. Maybe something could be some first aid trauma videos. Who? Yes, he did. Text so much. 119 in here, California, and we are going to wrap it up. I will check in with you guys tonight or see you on the next episode. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. I love you all.